Alright everybody, so I am making this video to talk about a theory that I've been having and more or less just speculate about Marvel's upcoming merging of the worlds, end of Avengers, end of 616, end of the Ultimates, and what's going to come of that. Now of course we know that this is going to be known as Battle World, and then it's going to be the giant mega event that they've been hyping up. It's going to change everything in the face of Marvel, and for once there's been a few events, especially the last few, such as Original Sin and Access, that actually have done that. Like, this is going to be a huge thing. Now a lot of this, remember, is speculation on my part, but I am going to talk about why I think this is true. And as the topic suggests, my video is going to be speculating on the fact that is the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the ones we watch at the movies that started with Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man and carries all the way through until Guardians of the Galaxy, are those characters going to appear in Secret Wars 2015? Now my belief is that yes, they will, and the seeds for this have already been planted because there has been references in the comics, and most recently I'm going to take you to Original Sins 0, where the Watcher is standing there and we see all around him, and we actually see the movie universe, and they actually acknowledge that it looks like Robert Downey Jr. Now, to me, how cool would it be if those characters from the movies actually appeared alongside to battle for their own, land? I think that would be super cool just to see them being like, whoa, 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 we're based on comic books? Like, imagine that interaction. And even better, what if there was an alternate world to those guys where it was the actual actors? Like, what if it's actually Chris Evans suited up as Captain America being like, hey guys, I just play that guy on TV, man, I'm just that in the movies. I think that would be even cooler. It's a little Easter eggs like that would really flesh out the universe, because we know they've done things like this before. I mean, Samuel L. Jackson with Nick Fury, I think that's a very cool aspect to do with the characters. And if you guys remember, there was the 90s Spider-Man cartoon in which, Stan Lee gets to actually see his creations, and at the end he gets dropped off and he sits on top of the building. He's like, oh man, I guess I should just wait for the Fantastic Four to swing by. It's that type of thing that really gives us fan service and makes us really speculate. Now of course this is going to be a merging of the Marvel universes and resetting things and reshaping things, ejecting certain storylines, adding new ones, and it's going to be a giant mashup, but probably not to the extent of the New 52, but you would have to assume that they're going to acknowledge pretty much what saved Marvel. I mean, if it wasn't for Iron Man 1, Marvel would be bankrupt. Like, they were going out of business, and it was due to the success of that movie that Disney saw the potential and went out and bought Marvel. And it's only right that that they do acknowledge that in some way, shape, or form. And even if it's just a small nod, which recently there was to Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire in the Spider-Verse crossover, they couldn't say those guys because they don't have the rights to them. But Disney does own the rights to all the Marvel characters that they currently have in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and it is their comics. And even better, they actually do the tie-in issues based on the movies. Like, they recently reprinted the Avengers movie, literally, like, panel for panel as a comic. And they, of course, always have the prequel comics, which we always make Matt review because somehow he can stand those. Even though they're not bad, they're just usually, small, little, inconsequential things that get added in there. So it's my belief that, yes, they will appear in there, and I think it will be great, and I think there's going to be some great humor, and I would just love to see how Robert Downey Jr. responds to the superior Iron Man. So you guys let me know your thoughts down below. What do you guys think about my theory? Do you think it's possible? Do you think they'll do it, or do you think they just completely ignore it?
Hey guys, Joel here reminding you that this video was made possible thanks to our many great patrons. If you want to become a patron and get exclusive comic book cast content, then click the Patreon link below and see how you can help us bring you the content you've come to love. Every little bit helps, and thanks for listening.